Hey guys, here's the QMJHL recap for week 7. Let's get right into it. To start with Bathurst, they played Val-d'Or and won 6-4 on Friday, and on Saturday in Rimouski they lost 3-1. On Friday, Bécamo faced up against Gatineau. It ended up 8-2, and the next day on Saturday, Bécamo won 4-3. On Saturday, Blainville won 6-0 over Victoriaville. And on Sunday, Blainville won 6-2 over Sherbrooke. On Friday, Cape Breton faced off against Charlottetown and they lost 3-4. And the next day, on Saturday, they won 3-1. So I'm just going to repeat myself. But Charlottetown played Cape Breton 4-3 on the Friday, and they lost 3-1 on Saturday. On Thursday, Chicoutimi played Blainville. Chicoutimi won 3-2 on the first. On Friday, they beat Drummondville 3-2. On the third, on Sunday, they beat Gatineau 3-2, and yesterday against Rimouski, they won 3-2. So as you can see, the last 4 games they won 3-2. On Friday, Drummondville lost to Chicoutimi 3-2, and on Sunday they won over Victoriaville 4-3. On Friday, Gatineau played Bécamo. They lost 8-2. The next day they lost 4-3, and on Sunday they played Chicoutimi and lost 3-2. Difficult week for Gatineau with a difficult season so far. On Friday, Halifax won over Rouen 2-1, and they lost over Moncton on Sunday 5-1. On Saturday, Moncton beat Val-d'Or 7-4, and the next day they beat Halifax 5-1. Now time for Quebec. On Friday, they beat Sherbrooke 5-0, and the next day on Saturday, they got beat 5-0. On Friday, Rouen lost to Halifax 2-1, and the next day they beat Saint John 5-0. As I said with Rouen earlier, Saint John lost 5-0 to Rouen, and the next day they won over Val-d'Or 4-3. On Saturday, Shawinigan beats Quebec 5-0, and on Sunday they beat Rimouski 5-2. I'm going to talk a bit more about this game later. On Friday, Sherbrooke lost 5-0 to Quebec, and 2 days later they lost to Blainville 6-2. On Friday, Val-d'Or lost to Bathurst 6-4. The next day they lost to Moncton 7-4, and the day after they lost to Saint John 4-3. A difficult week for Val-d'Or once again. Last but not least, Victoriaville in Blainville. On Saturday they lost 6-0, and the next day they lost to Drummondville 4-3. Alright, so Bathurst against Rimouski on November 2nd, which means on Saturday. That was a great game. Both teams did well. There was quite a lot of penalties for each side. 3 power play for Bathurst, 5 for Rimouski. It was a good game overall. Rimouski goalie Saint-Hilaire did a very good job, saving 21 shots on 22. The other goalie did a very good job as well. Still, Rimouski won 3-1. Now for Shawinigan against Rimouski. It was on November 3rd, which means on Sunday. In 2 words, bad refereeing. I don't know if that's a word, but anyway. 8 power play for Shawinigan. 1 power play for Rimouski. And that 1 power play was during a power play of Shawinigan. So Rimouski actually didn't get a real power play. Shawinigan scored on 3 of them. And I didn't say that in the 8 power play, there's a 5-minute major. On a slew foot, that was soft, to be honest. That wasn't a dangerous slew foot, I might say. But anyway, he got suspended for 1 game. So yeah, and that game was the game against Chicoutimi yesterday on Wednesday. Chicoutimi won 3-2. Rimouski had 44 shots. as you can see, power play wise, Chicoutimi got 1 power play, Rimouski 1 power play. That's what you may think that game was equal. But Rimouski dominated the first, got scored in the second, got scored again. Saint-Denis from Rimouski did a clean hit, shoulder on shoulder, but the hit was so hard that the Chicoutimi guy lost his helmet, and the referee called a penalty. They reviewed it, called a major, so another 5 minutes. So as you can see, 1 power play, about 5 minutes in case of Chicoutimi, and only a 2 minutes for Rimouski. And I reviewed it, and to be honest, it's a clean hit. It's a hard hit, but to be honest, it's a clean hit. But yeah, so that was the Rimouski week. And now let's go to the stats. Sadly, Catafort didn't super produce, so he's not in the top point list. He's not far though. I think he's like sixth or 7th. I think he was 6th before the game last night, and had an assist. So he might be tied with Stainer and Woodward. Anyway, Fauchon is leading points and goal, and Catafort is 2nd in assists with 18. It's pretty good. I just looked, and Catafort is 1 point behind Woodward and Steiner, but he's 6th. Now for goalie. As you can see, familiar face, William LaSalle, 2nd. He was 1st, but Steinman got a very good game like last night, not last night, but during the week. So he got like 0.01 goal less per game. But yeah, save percentage wise, he's 3rd. I don't know if that counts the game from yesterday, because technically I'm doing the video the same day, but if it didn't account the game today, he might drop below Fleming. But yeah, great. Win wise, I mean, Rimouski is splitting. He's not. They're not overplaying their goalie, so Rimouski goalie might not be there all year, but it's not because they're bad, it's because they're splitting. Shutout wise, LaSalle with Gravel, Deneau, and Milosh are leading, and that's cool. And lastly, for the week portion, Moncton is now 1st in the league, followed by Drummondville, Chicoutimi with another win tonight. Rimouski is now 7th. I mean, the last 2 games were atrocious refereeing. It was the same referee both games against Chicoutimi and Shawinigan, who gave power play for 5 minutes to the other team. But yeah, if Rimouski had won both their game, they would be like 4th. But they're 7th. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, and Gatineau and Val-d'Or having a difficult year. Charlottetown as well. Sad. Alright, so on Friday, Rimouski is playing Drummondville at home. This year, Rimouski won over Drummondville. Last year it was Drummondville pretty much dominating. Rimouski is good at home against Drummondville, which is pretty normal. But the thing is, there's like 3 players from Rimouski that are injured. 1 that will probably be suspended. So I don't think Rimouski's winning this one. Would be a close match if both teams were not injured / suspended. But yeah, I'm going to give this game to Drummondville. Next day, they're playing Saint John. To be honest, I don't think Rimouski is gonna lose this. Rimouski should win this, but yeah, we never know. But I'm gonna give this game to Rimouski still. And on Wednesday, they're playing Quebec. So this year, Rimouski won their first game with a shutout. Last year, Rimouski won all 8. The year before, it was Quebec with all 8 games. But to be honest, Rimouski should win this. I'm going to give it to Rimouski. So yeah, I think they lose to Drummondville, win over Saint John, and win over Quebec for next week. So tell me what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to see us next week.